You joining me here in my 2010 Mini Cooper S, which I believe to be the cheapest running manual GPS car in the United States. Now, I'm not talking about cars that are wrecked or have 200, 300,000 miles on them or are in non-running conditions. I purchased this car at auction for $2,000, not including fees or delivery or dealer fees. I'll go into detail on those in a little bit. But for the base price of $2,000, I got a 2010 Mini Cooper S with navigation, Harman Kardon sound system, leather, manual transmission, and maybe a few other options that I can't remember at the moment, but I believe it to be the cheapest Mini Cooper in the country. You might be asking, why was this car sold at an auction? Why was it so cheap? Well, the reason being is the car was donated to a organization, a non-profit organization that most likely did not know what to do with the car, so they put it at an auction. I purchased the car for the $2,000. As I mentioned, I was the highest bidder. The reason I think not a lot of people bid on this car was because it has 100,000 miles on it. However, I did check the Carfax, and maintenance was done at the Mini dealer. The services were not late. The oil was changed properly. This car also has the water pump that has been changed in the last year. Engine belts have been changed in the last year. The new battery has been installed in the last 4 months. So a lot of things that do go wrong with this car have already been done for me, and I knew that just by checking the Carfax. I was looking at a few other cars that were very similar condition. However, when you check the Carfax, you'll see things like compression test done on the engine and very similar things. This will let me know right away that there is something wrong with the engine. Probably not a good purchase. As you can see, the car does not have any check control messages other than the fuel reserve, but that's just because I'm low on gas. There are a few issues that I have actually made a video about. One of the biggest one I haven't figured out yet is the navigation. It shows that I'm in California, even though I'm clearly not in California. I'll be putting up a video about fixing this in the future as soon as I figure out what's wrong with it. We're now back on the computer, and we're going to take a look at what it actually looked like from my side when I was purchasing this vehicle. This is a screenshot of the web page before the auction went live. As you can see, the pre-bid was at $1,200. I got to see some pictures. It was advertised as charity vehicle with left front and right side damage. Check out my everything that's wrong with my Mini Cooper video. I show all of the damage that the car came with. You can see that they valued the car at $3,000, which helped my case a lot. This car is actually worth at least $6,500. So then if you go to the next screenshot, we can see some of the other information. It has 102,000 miles. It runs and drives. Airbags intact. Key fob present. Those are very important. Obviously, you don't want to get a car that you can't, run and drive at the time of purchase. These were the actual results of the auction as it happened. As you can see, item 118 is a 2010 Mini Cooper S, which, well, here it only says Mini Cooper. That's in Mini Cooper S, the left front and right side damage, which sold for $2,000. Now, these are the actual pictures that I downloaded from the website that I was able to take a look at before I purchased the car. Obviously, there was no inspection or anything like that. This is all you get when you buy something from an insurance auto auction. Obviously, it looks very dirty and not in that great of a shape. But as it turns out, it was slightly underrepresented. You can also see ABS light on. The car came with no lights on. You can see the mileage. Can't really see if it's running in this picture, but they do have a picture of the engine, so you can see that the engine's intact. There's no major oil leaks, or engine didn't spray oil everywhere, stuff like that. That would be something to look out for. After I looked through the listing on the insurance auto auction website, I was very interested in the car, so I pulled a Carfax report on it. As you can see, it gives you all the information. I was very much surprised that it was a one-owner vehicle. There is some damage reported. As I said earlier, you can check out what that damage is in the earlier video. There is no accidents reported. One owner vehicle, 13 service records, personal vehicle, 102,000 miles. As you can see, it was purchased in California and had its entire life spent there. Now, if you look at some of the other things on Carfax, everything checks out. And you can see not a lot of maintenance was done up until 48,000 miles. But as soon as those 48,000 miles hit, you can see that a lot of maintenance has actually been done. Some of the stuff that I really liked was that the water pump was replaced. Then the water pump was replaced 2 years after the first one was replaced, as well as the water pump pulley and the drive belts. That was a big stuff for me that I knew does go wrong on these cars. Having that replaced was a big plus. They also replaced the battery. Let me see where that one's at. Yes, right here. Battery replaced. So that's another couple $100 that I didn't have to spend. And as you can see, all of the service on this car was done at the Mini dealer. The damage reported, I believe, was actually by the insurance auction place. This level of damage in the car should not be reported, in my opinion, as it was very small dents, but it is what it is. You can see that people were taking care of the vehicle. Cabin filters and all that stuff was checked. The car was checked many times to make sure everything is in good condition. Purchasing the car online does come with a few caveats, especially if you purchase it from an insurance auto auction place. You're not allowed to buy one yourself. Usually you need a dealer's license. So I had a friend of mine who's a dealer purchase the car for me. And then, as you can see, the actual price that I paid was $29.08. This is a dealer fee of $350, as well as whatever's left was the auction fee. Not only that, I had to pay $950 for shipping, since it was coming all the way from California, as well as purchase tax. So obviously, living in Chicago, we have a pretty big tax rate, but at 7.25%, I still had to pay another $211 for the taxes. After paying all the fees, auction fees, dealer fees, delivery fees, and everything else, my total comes out to $3,858. This is not including tax and registration, but that will vary depending on which state you live in. A little under $3,900 is still $900 cheaper than the cheapest, as you can see, lowest priced Mini Cooper S 2010 in the country, at least with these criteria: 150,000 or less miles and in running condition. As you can see, the prices only go up from there, so I would say $6,000 is probably a fairly decent offer for a car like this. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you've learned something about buying a car at auction and what to expect. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll gladly answer them. You can leave a comment in the comment box below. Like the video, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Take care. One thing I forgot to mention is that obviously if you buy a car from an auction, you don't get a warranty, you're buying as is. So you have to be very careful, you've got to do your homework, make sure you're buying exactly what you think you're buying. If you live close by to one of these auction sites, I suggest going and taking a look at the car, do a quick inspection. It'll make your life a lot easier in the future.